Ever wondered how I became the rich auntie? Quick backstory. It actually started in a season where being around pregnant women felt complicated. Not because I wasn't happy for them, I was. But because after trying for a baby for what feels like decades, those moments touched a very tender part of me. And a woman recently shared a similar experience, so I want to talk about it honestly and gently. I understand that feeling, the smile on your face not matching the way your heart is breaking. But for me, avoiding never helped. You can't outrun the world. Women will keep having babies, and that's just life, and you can't change it. But what shifted things for me was choosing love instead of distance. I'll show affection to the children around me, stay soft toward the moms, and let myself be present even when it hurts. And somehow warmth found its way back into my heart. And those situations were no longer uncomfortable. It took a while, but eventually happened. And honestly, that's how the rich auntie era started. And I embraced it fully. I turn up with gifts, I spoil the children. And when the crying starts, exit like royalty. It brought laughter back into spaces that once felt heavy. With time, I realized the discomfort wasn't jealousy, it was grief. And grief only shows up where something sacred mattered. One thing I learned is that identity is a lot like water. It doesn't disappear, it simply takes a new form. Just because your body changed doesn't mean your impact has shrunk. Your nurturing and your influence and your legacy still exist. They just flow differently in this season of life. And spiritually, the thing that held me together was the idea from scripture that the woman who feels barren should actually sing for joy because God counts her fruitfulness differently. He says her influence, her impact, the life she'll touch can be greater than the woman who bears children physically. And that gave me strength because it reminded me that heaven measures legacy differently. And the older I get, the more I see it. Look at women like Oprah, no biological children, yet her impact reaches millions of girls. Her presence stretches across continents. Some mothers can only focus on the one child in front of them, and that's a beautiful and sacred calling. But women like us, we often end up with a wider capacity, broader emotional reach, more room to show up for many, more time to mentor, guide, uplift, and serve. It becomes almost like an unfair advantage. There's so many ways you can pour into a child's life, and I just want to remind you, as an auntie, a mentor, a godparent in children's church, in schools, in the community, your ability to nurture doesn't vanish, it just finds a new expression. So if this chapter of your life feels like a sting, I want you to know that joy does come in the morning. And if you want someone to talk to while you're rebuilding, DM me identity. You don't have to work through this alone.